Recently in 2011, I moved into a house with my wife Isabella. We were expecting a baby in November, so we had to make sure everything was right. We met with the estate agent, who greeted us with what seemed like a very happy face, as if we'd been gone for ages. He shook my hand and took us to the house. When we arrived, the house looked very modern. It was a luxury. It had a large back garden with all the garden gnomes and the statues. I asked him about those statues, and he looked at me confused. "I've never noticed them," he said. "Just ignore them. The owner will probably come to collect them." I walked through the door and immediately noticed something off. There was a pigeon in the house. It made a nest in front of the room, and now the house looked very disturbing and old. My wife, being the very strange woman that she is, told me that the pigeons in the house were a bad omen. We spoke with the estate agent and asked if we can check the other two houses we wanted to look at. As we left the house, I noticed one of the statues had moved its hands from its face. It had a blank expression, but I couldn't look long as the estate agent nudged me to move onward as he came out the door. We walked away and checked the other two houses. The second house looked way better. I could actually see into the windows, as the previous house had the blinds down. I could already see a mirror and a golden cup on the sideboard. I had high hopes for this house. We opened the front door and noticed one of the statues in the garden again, but I paid no attention to it. We went upstairs to the master bedroom. My wife sat on the bed and laid on it to test it. She said it was comfy. "I'll buy it," I said. "Oh, sure," the real estate agent said, sounding shocked. I smiled gladly, and we went downstairs. Stupid me, I thought, wanting to buy it without even seeing the downstairs. We went into the front room, and there was the statue of Cupid with a small scythe in its hand. It wasn't moving, it was just there. "Can we get this removed? My wife doesn't like it," I asked. "How about the kitchen?" the agent said, trying to direct the conversation to something else. I saw one of the angel statues in the garden again, hugging another statue. Another angel was behind them both, playing a harp. "Can we remove all of these statues?" I asked. "I think they're better off here," the agent said. "Ouch! The baby's kicking!" my wife exclaimed. It's okay, calm down," I told her. I looked back up to see the statues hugging each other, both standing up. The other statue was looking right at us. I looked behind me to see that the Cupid statue had moved. I looked back and the angels got closer, as did the Cupid. "What the hell is happening?" I yelled. I turned to find one of the statues right in front of Isabella. It had its eyes fixated on her. I took Isabella by the hand and ran out of that house. I noticed the real estate agent had disappeared, so I shakily dialed his phone number. He didn't respond. We ran into the streets and saw the angels chasing us. 2 years later. I'm now living happily with my wife. She seems to be counting down right now, next to me in the rocking chair. I've asked her to stop, but she won't. I guess she's just stressed. We live with my friend Bill. I mean, he's a nice guy, but he's a bit odd. I sure hope that the baby is okay because... The bodies of 2 men and a woman have been found. The investigation on Taverley Street will close down the entire city. A strange killer is on the loose, it seems. Stay indoors, lock up, and keep your expensive things out of sight. This is classified as an urban attack. Please, stay indoors. You might be killed on sight.